I just have to say, my kids are the best thing that happened to me.
What up, good people? Again, welcome to the Paternal Presence Podcast. I am a host, LaRon. I got another great homie here, another good dad here, another one of my MTA brothers here. This is my man. Uh, I'll be honest, before I even thought about doing this podcast, just being at work and talking to him, and we just, chopping it up, and he would talk about his daughter being a single dad. I was like, damn, me, I've always admired people who, love their kids and brothers are doing their thing. So, this is my dude, Mark Richardson. I hate to put your, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put your whole government out there, but it is what it is. This is my dude, Mark. What's good, Playboy?
Ain't nothing, man. You could put my full name out there, man. Feds ain't looking for me.
Okay, good. Cause you from Harlem. You never know.
Oh yeah, I'm clean. I'm straight on the straight now, man. What's going on, man? Pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
No diggity, no doubt, no doubt. We've been trying this for a minute. But things happen God's timing, you know what I mean? So I'm glad to have you on here and I'm gonna jump right into it. What was it like growing up with your dad?
Um, Growing up with my dad, it was a great experience. My father, as early as I can remember, I was pretty much like 2, 3 years old, as like my earliest memories, you know, of him living with me. He was pretty much involved in my life. Um, Up until I don't know, maybe about like maybe 5, 6 years old. You know what I mean? When he left the household,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he was very much involved. He cooked. It was it's three. It's My mother had 5 kids. But
Okay.
my father is out of my father is three of us. I'm the youngest.
Okay.
Um, yeah, like I say, very much involved. He's always worked in my lifetime. You know, he was a great provider. Like I said, he was with me up until I want to say maybe 6 years old, maybe seven, up until because my mom, she was heavy on drugs. She got caught up in that
Okay.
era and things like that. But my dad, he was very much. I followed his footsteps. I, he used to fix things also. You know what I mean? Like his day job, he was a social worker. But
Okay.
some of the things that I did pick up from him is that he was very handy. You know what I mean? So one of the things with me, when I used to get toys for Christmas stuff like that, when stuff would break and stuff like that, I would take his tools and I would try to take the thing apart and try to figure out what's wrong with it. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
So I picked up that from him. He would always take us to McDonald's, to the park. When he had like family day, his job, he'd bring me and my sisters, I mean my siblings, out to family day and things of that nature.
Okay.
But like I said, he was in my live, and as far as living in the household, he was there as a toddler. You know what I mean? Until things with my mom, like I said, with the drugs and all of that, is that's when from what my mom told me, he couldn't deal with that anymore, and
Yeah.
that's when he pretty much stepped away. But even after that, he was always still in my life. He just didn't live in the household.
Got you. Got
uh,
you. Pop still alive?
he died in 2010, 7 years old.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he had diabetes. He was on dialysis for over 10 years, and he had some surgeries, and he died due to the complication of the surgery.
Oh, all right, all right, all right.
You know,
Mom Duke's still alive?
my
Yeah.
mother, yeah, she's alive and well. She got it together. It took
Okay.
some time, but over the years, due to rehab and stuff like that, she finally got herself together,
Good
and
to hear.
when she finally did get herself together, because my mom and I'm sorry, when my mom was running the streets, my sister and my grandmother raised me.
Hmm.
So finally, when she got herself together, when she came out the rehab, that's when, I was back. Me and my brother was back with my mom, and then, we had to find an apartment and stuff like that. So, it came later on, but better later than never.
No question, no question. And I'll be honest, as long as I known you, I had no idea. We hung out, chopped it up. You know what I mean? I had no idea. I didn't know. You told me your sister. You had a sister, so I just thought it was the two of y'all. But like, I don't know how to say it, but you could tell people who've been through shit, and then there's people like you that you can't tell that been through a lot. But uh, fast forward. Now you're a grown man. Um, you have your own child, and you only have one, right? As far as I know.
Yes, and biologically one, and I have a stepdaughter through my fiance that you met at your
Yes.
one of your comedy shows.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, and when your daughter, okay, so you find out the girlfriend, whatever, is pregnant at the time. Where was your head at? What was you thinking?
I
How was you
don't
feeling?
know. I don't know. Maybe we didn't have this conversation. Me and my daughter mom, we was never really together.
Okay.
It was one of the things well, I can't say but I met her, one thing led to the next, and she got, pregnant in a very quick period of time.
Got you.
Um,
So that had to be mind blowing. Somebody you don't really not really connected with.
yeah, so and that's one of the things, because we I'm pretty sure we all got friends or you know, siblings or our siblings, some of their friends that you might know of who got like, deadbeat friends or fathers and stuff of that nature. And you know how it go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I just know that my father was there for me. You know what I'm saying? And even though, as I got older, I do feel like he could have did a better job at being a father. You know, I still said to myself, I don't want what I didn't have from my father or what other people didn't have from their fathers to, what I mean? I didn't want that for my daughter. You know,
Facts.
I felt like if if I was man enough to lay down and make a baby, I'm gonna take care of that baby, regardless of the fact of whether me and the mother's together or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Mm. And like I said, I know. And how was the co-parenting aspect with you and her?
So I would say, ooh, so I want to say when I met her, I want to say within like the first 2 or 3 months, that's when baby was conceived or whatever, when she got pregnant. Within that time of then to, you know, the baby being born, you start to get to know a person. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I had no choice but to get to know her. It
Yeah.
it happened way too soon, So like I said, we was never in a relationship, and however things didn't work out, and like I said, when my daughter was here and she came, as far as the co-parenting went, I did what I had to do as a father. You know what I mean?
No question. Quick question. Did you guys try to have like a real
No, no,
boyfriend relationship? No.
nah, nah,
I said no, it wasn't.
nah. It wasn't one of those type of parties. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Um, so when the baby, I did what I did, to be a father. You know what I'm saying? She
Yes,
did what
sir.
she did as a mother, but her mom passed away when she was about 7 months old. So there wasn't,
Okay.
that much co-parenting going on. You know
You
what I
didn't have
mean?
the time.
Pretty
Yeah.
much it was only co-parenting for 7 months till she passed away.
Uh,
But
how she passed, if you don't mind me asking?
car accident.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You did tell me that. Damn, that's tough. So boom, like she passes unexpectedly because of the car accident. Now,
I
Where were
was
you at
I was
mentally
20, I
when that
was
happened?
um mentally, you know, mentally. So there was a lot going on as far as like being spitefulness. You understand? So
Hold up, what you mean being spiteful? Because she's passed now. Where's this?
I mean, so you know, pretty much in a nutshell, I was always there for my daughter. Day one,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it wasn't like I was absent. You know, so it was, you know, a child support order was brought up against me.
Okay.
You know, and it always seems like when when a guy is doing good by his kids,
Yeah,
and
true.
I guess because you know the guy don't want the woman no more, or it could be vice versa.
Yeah,
Some, you know, women and men could be spiteful and
true.
want to go the child support route. You know, so what was your question again?
Oh no, I was asking where the spiteful part came from.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
so you know she had it. She, you know, she had a lot with her. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And I pretty much wasn't willing to deal with it. So I just wanted to take care of my kid, and that was pretty much it. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I didn't want no parts of that situation. It wasn't nothing there. It was nothing. It was never going to be no building. You know, I just
got
wanted
you.
to take care of my responsibility. You
Yeah,
know, I wasn't gonna, you know, run away from that responsibility. I just want to do what I had to do. I knew what I did. I laid my bed and you know, I laid in it. You know, I did what I had to do
okay. But
as a
now
man.
that's what I was saying. That's what at. So her mom's passed away. So I was like, where was your head then when
Oh,
your head mentally, emotionally,
yeah,
where were you at then?
it was just strictly on taking care of my daughter. You know what I mean?
Okay.
After the passing, it's like, okay, you know, I was 20 years old at the time.
Yeah.
And like I said, I wanted to break that curse with you know, all these deadbeats that I might know personally, or what you hear about, what you see on
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
TV and
The
movies and stuff
narrative,
like that. The narrative. I didn't want to be that, I didn't want to be that guy.
no doubt.
You know, it just wasn't in me. You know what I'm saying? So I did what I had to do. So mentally I was just focusing on that. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I was distraught or anything like that. You know what I mean? I was just pretty much worried about my daughter because there was no feelings there. You know, not to be
Okay.
harsh or anything like that.
Now I see where you're
There-
coming from.
yeah, there was never any feelings or emotions there. So it was pretty easy for me to get over that hump. You understand what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. So
So let me ask you something. So I mean,
ask away.
I mean, I know you asking me questions, but it's okay for me to ask you. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
all right,
what
all
you
right.
feel is real.
Okay. I'm listening, but you know, on to you a little bit, man. How's fatherhood? How old is your son now?
He's
You know,
six.
you 6. Yeah, I remember from day one when she squeezed him out and all of that. How's everything going with you and your son and family and everything now? You know,
Nah,
I know.
we're great. Yeah, we're great. I honestly things are really good. We me and wifey actually coaches basketball team. So that brings us closer together, and it's all three of us actually. And we also have wifey's two nephews, 12 and 13. But so I got a little family pretty quickly. Like I said, we coach the basketball team, so that brings us three, keeps us pretty tight.
Yeah.
And we just rocking and rolling and just going through it. And it's one of those things like they say there's no manual to it because we're trying to deal with our son growing up and becoming more mature and smarter. And then we're dealing with a 12 and 13-year-old who are that puberty stage. Like, yo, what is wrong with why is he bugging out right now? And we gotta remind ourselves they're at that stage. And I constantly remind her also that I don't know your feelings on this, but 12, 13, it was a pivotal stage for me because you can either go far left or far right, or you know what I'm saying, stay in the right track. So I'm
Mhm.
like, yo, whatever we do, we got to make sure these kids is busy in extracurricular activities or something because, you know, when you have idle time and we're not like they're not really in a situation where they could get into too much, but with the internet, you can, you know,
Yeah,
and
that's a
with
fact.
when we grew up, we'd be outside. That's
Yeah,
all we
yeah.
needed was outside. So, and at that time, being 12, 13, I remember I did a lot of stuff that I had no business doing and nobody knew. But again, I'm 12, 13, and just still growing, trying to figure things out. Them what I call the wonder years, you know. So that's where they at right now.
Yeah, it's one thing you said about, social media versus, when we were kids, um,
It's a big makes a big difference.
um, you know, me and my fiance, we pretty much, I mean, the girls are my daughter's 17 now, my stepdaughter 18. But
Okay.
when they were like, we've been together 5 years now. When I met her
Uh-huh.
5 years ago, when they was a little younger, we tried to keep them away from social media because of the way how social media is nowadays.
Yeah.
Like you said, it could go left, it could go right, and so if you're on there for the wrong things, like you
Yeah.
said, things could go left pretty quickly.
Now,
And not only
when I
that,
hold on one second, when I say left or right, I'm just saying as far as being 12 or 13, just trying to figure life out. But also with social media, yes, definitely can go the wrong
yeah,
direction because they they're exposed to too much at one time.
they're
But
exposed
my bad,
to
continue.
they're exposed to too much, and they are a lot of kids are easily influenced by the negativity.
100%.
So you know you have very, in my opinion, I'm not saying this statistically wise, but I feel like a lot of kids are more influenced by the BS
Of
as
course.
opposed to doing right by social media, and not only that, just not even social media, just the company they keep at school. You understand what I'm saying? So that's some of the things that you got to watch out for as a parent. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
your kid is how old now?
My son is 6 and the boys
Yeah,
are 12 or
he's
13.
six. Before you know it, he be 13 and 16. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's things that you want to watch out for and monitor. These kids nowadays, they think that they know it all. They forget
No question.
what they don't understand is that our generation, I feel like our generation was the last generation where you could pretty much get away with lying to your parents about things. You know what I mean? These kids nowadays, they think we not hip to technology and things like that. We pretty much are on to everything. We know more than them now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're gonna try you, and you got a road ahead of you, man.
Yeah. Yo, I definitely get it. I had this conversation with a couple when we went out to eat that to be honest, nothing changes but the time and the weather. So the things that we did try to get over on our parents and they said, yo, I was your age, I already know. You know what I'm saying? It's just a new time. Like we all do the same thing. Now, I'm not gonna lie, social media is a game changer because our parents never experienced that. And we're still kind of new to that to some
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
So there's we just have to be on top of the social media, just have an idea. You can't just be like you can't have a kid on social media and you're not on it at all because you gotta stay hip. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Even if
yeah,
you're just on Facebook and the kids on IG or Twitter, whatever, but you gotta at least be aware and stay hip. So now we
yeah.
definitely got something on our hands, this whole social media. And I'm glad, your girls is they're of age where they can understand and respect it a little more where mine is really young and we keep telling them like, yo, you don't just put stuff out there because one, it never goes away and it never goes away. And like you said, yo, at this age, they just they think they know everything.
Yeah,
Well, I'll tell you this. One of the things that impressed me about you, and I've always been a fan of dudes who love their kids because of the narrative of, black dads ain't around. So when I'm around, before I had my kid, when I was around dudes who love their kids, I was like, oh snap, wow. And I never even told you this, but when you told me like, your daughter, moms had passed away and you just took the reins that was crazy impressive to me and I commend you for that.
thank
But
you.
it was another time we was at work and we was in the we was on our meal or swing, which is our lunch break for people who don't know, and you was on your phone with your daughter. He's like, okay, yeah, yo, take your braids out. When I get home, I'm washing hair. And I was bugging. I'm like, yo, this dude is about to girl's hair. Like that was like one of my worst fears, trying to braid or wash the girl's hair. But I mean, to me, it showed me like, yo, he's all in. You know what I'm saying? And I love that and respect that, and I commend you for it.
Yeah, you know it's crazy, man. It's just certain memories that people might. It's crazy because like you might have friends that bring up certain memories from the past that you didn't even think they even remembered.
Exactly.
So, I appreciate you for bringing that up. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, I, I don't look for no kudo points and
I
stuff
know,
like that. So
because that's what you do. It's just
yeah, that's what you do. But when you least expect the person is paying attention to certain things, or even grasp that and it's in a memory bank to bring up at a later date. I think that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because I never, I don't know what people remember of what I tell them. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. You brought that up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Now I never forgot that. It's certain thing. Like and I'll tell you, I don't remember what I did yesterday, but I never forgot that. And that's again why I've been hitting you up like, oh, I want you on, I want you to get on, I want you to get on, you know.
Yeah.
But so moving along, so you're about 20, you have a daughter, and how does it work? Did you have assistants? Your sister's helping you or what?
Oh, so at that time, when I first had my daughter, we was living in Brooklyn at the time. I was
Okay,
living with my mom at the time, and I ended up moving back to Harlem. And that's when we were staying with my sister. So,
okay,
my sister was pretty much that was pretty much home base. You know what I mean? She helped out a lot, as far as picking her up from after school and stuff like that, cooking for her and trying to show her how to be a young lady.
yeah,
I mean, so much respect to my sister, and to anybody, my niece, you know what I mean? Anybody that pretty much stepped up. Much respect to them. I mean, so yeah, I definitely had help in raising her, and people give her the jewels on, you know,
being a young lady.
yeah, to be a young lady. Yeah, so that's how that.
Um, Now I wanna keep it a buck. So is there any point growing up you'd be like, damn, I wish he was a boy so I could relate a little better.
Oh, what, my daughter being a boy?
Yeah. No, just having a daughter, just raising a daughter, and it's you and say your sister, your niece. Like, was there ever a point you'd be like, I wish he was a boy, so I can relate a little better, so I can understand.
No, no.
Okay,
I honestly no. A lot of believe. I mean, I know what you're saying. Most guys want a boy.
truth.
You know, however, no matter whether you have a boy or a girl, I mean, as far as the relating, I don't know. I didn't have a boy. I really didn't care. You know, um, I was happy with what I had. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I was happy of having a girl, and that's pretty much it. So I never really looked at it like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I wonder if I had a boy. I never really looked at it that way.
okay.
You know, I mean, we could throw that question back at you. Did you ever like thinking? Did you ever think like what it would be like if you had a girl or something like that? Or
Yeah, I mean,
are you or did you want a boy? Were you pushing more toward a boy or didn't?
I honestly in the beginning I kind of wanted the boy, but I was one of the last Mohicans, so you could be feeling like, at that age, I ain't have a kid yet. I'm like, I'll take what I could long as they're healthy. Boy or girl, as long as they're healthy. So that
Yeah.
was my whole vibe. And I mean, I'm glad it's a boy, so I can, like I said, can relate better. Cause but then again, if I had a girl, she might be a daddy's girl where I have a boy, so he's a mama's boy. But I always say I'm not mad at him because I was too. But he definitely, he connects with his mother, and then sometimes we sit down and then he'll connect with me. But yeah, yeah, he definitely. When it comes to favorite parents, Mama, I'm number three. His mother is one and two. It's all good. I'm waiting till 12 where he be like, "Your daddy, yo, this what happened in school, and this girl kissed." You know what I mean?
So you said what y'all coaches
Yeah, we
of
coach his
what
basketball team.
the basketball team?
Yeah.
How is that? Did you how 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 was the whose idea was it to get him into basketball? Like,
Well, it was
I mean,
our
because y'all,
idea.
y'all coaches, I didn't know that about you. Like, I could never see. I'm not gonna say I could never see you as a coach. But you said you and your wife
Yeah.
coach. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like that's different to me.
yeah, and it is
Um,
because what happened, we wanted to, he likes basketball, so we put him in a basketball one season, and he played a little bit, and I feel like it's important if it's possible, whether dropping the kid off of school, picking them up, any event that deals with the kid that both parents be possible. So every game, every practice, we was there. So a year later they have basketball and they don't have coaches. And she says to me, "Do you want to coach?" And I was like, "No." Like I just didn't want to deal with a bunch of 6-year-olds. I don't have that patience. At least I say I didn't think I had that patience. And she was like, "Well, I'm a coach," because they just want volunteers. So she says, "I'm a coach." Now I'm like, damn. I'm gonna be at
Gotta
practices.
step
I'm gonna
that
be at the
game up.
games. Is a package deal. So I'm like, all right, I just be assistant coach, and it works better that way because I don't have the patience, and she knows how to talk to kids down to their level, where I don't. I'm a little more aggressive and like, come on, it ain't let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And she be like,
you the best player. Don't pass the ball.
nah, I'd be like, yo, give it up, cause come on, you screwing up or whatever.
Yeah,
Her technique is be like, we gotta play defense, yes, yes, and they be shaking their heads, yes, and I'd go to individual plays and be like, come on, you're messing up, come on, you can do this, you can do this. I still try to be inspiring, but with her, I'm just a better foot soldier, I would say. I'm a better assistant
so
coach.
so was your wife always into basketball, or did she say, you know what, let me go on YouTube, learn how to be
Nah,
a
no,
coach?
no, no, no.
Coach.
She's a sports chick. She's a sports
Oh,
chick.
oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
she
got
knows what's going on. She watched wifey's from Mass, so loves her Celtics. Sorry, y'all to say that out loud.
you.
She
Yeah,
loves her Patriots, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I am sleeping with the enemy. But she watched every Celtics game and she's serious about it.
okay.
I'll be honest with you, I met her. I called her and I was like, "Yo, I'm trying to put this move on. You know how we do. Like, yo, it was good. How you? Yeah, it was good seeing you the other night. Yada yada." And she was like, "Yo, well, the Patriots game's about to come on." So I'm like, "Excuse me? Wait, you about to hang up on me so you can watch football?" Like it bugged me out. So I started talking faster, trying to keep on the phone. But so
Okay.
she's definitely a sports so there's no fronting in that. And again, these are 5 or 6-year-olds. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't play organized ball, but I know hustle. I played, not straight ball, but I played
Yeah,
outside and I know hustle. So with 6-year-olds, you pretty much just showing them defense and when to shoot and just try to organize them a little bit. But you don't
got
have to like make plays, anything like that. So and it works for us. And we coached last session. My son, we realized he was really good. He is the best kid on our team. But we also make sure everybody plays and make sure everybody at least get to touch the ball. Some kids are
okay.
clueless, some kids have an idea, and some actually just know how to play. So we just doing our thing with that and just try to kind of keep everybody happy. But we coached one session and we did pretty good. And then the parents is begging us to come back because we were tired. The parents is begging us to come back. They was like, "Yo, we want our kid to play for you again. We ain't never seen our kid this, pay attention this much, and y'all really getting through to him." So I was
Oh,
like, "Yo, I'll do it if you do
hold on 1 second. Let me talk to my butler. Um, can I
it."
get a shot of Henny, please?
Jeffrey,
Jeffrey, thank you. Sorry, continue. What you said? Said iced tea over there?
Uh,
I'll
can I
let you
get some more ice? Cause she she must me some more ice.
hold on. Do you want the square ice or the circle ice? The little round ball ice?
Hmm.
Nah, I
Yo,
got that straight. No, take ice or no ice. Just a shot of Henny.
I don't want you to catch a black eye in the middle of the podcast.
No. I'm good.
Nah.
We
But
got we got
yeah,
we got to gotta have all the bloopers in here, man.
no question, no question.
You know.
But let me ask you though, going back to you, did you have any male mentors that you look up to?
Okay, so um, when I was younger, I always hung out with guys that were older than me. I mean, I had different groups of people that I hung out with. I had guys that was my age and my age group. So the age group I had the guys like you said. Well, not like you said. You said when you were younger, you were pretty much doing things you had no business doing. I had that group of people. Then I had, I don't want to say squares, but pretty much the square group of people that I hung out with. But I wouldn't say like really mentor. One of my guys that I'm still cool with to this day. Uh, he had me about like 6 7 years. I'm 37. He's about 42 now. One of my good friends, his name is John. When I was younger, you know, he would pretty much see that I would be in the wrong crowd, and
Okay.
he'd gravitate me in his direction. You know what I mean? Because he was the working type and things of that nature. He actually was one of the first people that taught me how to drive. Um,
That's what's up.
he was a big reason why I even got my CDL. You know what I mean? Honestly, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have met you. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? So
got you.
he's the one who taught me how to drive. He was working for UPS, and I pretty much followed the blueprint as far as like getting my CDL and and working. You know what I mean? I saw what the drug dealing life. Not that I never saw drugs, but my friends I saw that life, and I saw the working life. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to choose the right path. You know what I'm saying? I was never easily
Nah.
manipulated by my friends and the negativity.
Yeah.
Um, so he pretty much had me under his wing. You know what I'm saying? So, um, got my license, got my CDL eventually, and even to this day, he tried to instill Jews in me. You know what I'm saying? Like even to this day, he has like a 4 family home, and he's always trying to drill it in my head, like, yo, listen, man, now's the time. You know what I mean? You don't, you want people to pay you to live. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to have a second source of income. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? I always tell them like, you know, you can't move on other people's time. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, I understand what he's saying, but you always got to move when the time is right for you.
Yes, sir.
So you can't rush nothing just because something worked for somebody else doesn't always necessarily mean it's gonna work for you. I'm just saying that he still gave me these jewels to this day. You know what I'm saying? So
Good. That's what's up. I think that's
so
support
that's like
regardless
that's
of
like a role
who
model.
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think that's support regardless of who you are or how old you are. And I think dad or anybody, even an uncle, just keep you hip. But so that's pretty much it. Before I let you go, I got some quick questions for you.
go ahead.
And that was painless, right? That was worth the wait.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So first quick question. Who's your favorite TV dad?
I would say the Winslows. Carl Winslow.
Paul Winslow? Get out. All
Um,
right.
come on. I mean, come on. You got the Fresh Prince.
Uncle
Uncle
Phil,
Phil.
of course.
The I think all of the black TV shows was not only black. You got Full House. You know, it showed you because like I told you, my dad pretty much left the household when I was younger. So you
Yeah.
seen these TV shows, and we seen what how they portray or not portray, but you see how the perfect household should look. I mean, that's pretty much what we saw.
Supposed to be like, yeah.
When you know what I'm saying? Not that it's supposed to be like that, but when you watch the Huxtables, and I mean, it's always a message in these shows because it's not always good in these episodes. They always show like a message in it, but it's like, you know, you want to. We all wish we lived like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Too much of our peers and friends and associates grew up without dad or mother and father in the household. So I think any TV show where they had the mother and the dad, we pretty much gravitated to that. What was your favorite TV dad? Or if it's more than one?
Yeah. Mine's it was same Bill Cosby, Uncle Phil, and also recently This Is Us. The dad, white dad, Jack Pearson.
That's a sitcom.
Nah, that's a regular like series. It wasn't a sitcom though. It wasn't.
Series. Okay.
Yeah, This Is Us. Wifey probably know about it, but it just went off. It was a dope show though. Also, because some people are gonna hear. Some people might listen to this on different platforms, so they're not gonna watch it. So, who was your celebrity lookalike?
Jay Holiday. So before transit, I used to have braids.
Okay.
So Jay Holiday, I used to get that a lot.
That's hilarious.
I used to get that a lot. Jay Holiday.
Hilarious.
Thank God he ain't do nothing crazy. So where I regret, like, yo, when they say you like Jay Holiday, I was like, okay, good. He had one hit. That's it. You know what I mean? Hopefully no women come out now talk about something. He did something to me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh shit, like, you know what
Yeah. No doubt.
we good. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure if you ask someone else this, they probably say, yo, I used to look like R. Kelly. That's what now he probably won't even want to say who his lookalike is today.
Facts.
You know what I'm
lying
saying?
about that.
We was actually just watching that new documentary, but that's a whole nother story. But
No
who
doubt.
was your lookalike?
I got everything. The game, most like I
Oh,
get the
yeah,
game.
you definitely like the game.
Oh, I get the game all the time, but I've heard Fisher. What's his dude's name? He used to be on the soap operas, light skinned dude. Oh, damn. Shamar Moore. I don't see it either.
Well,
but
when you had your hair though.
Shamar is bullheaded too now, so maybe now too. Yo, let me taking shots at the baldy.
Yo, let me tell you something, man. Yo, I got like, you see this is going. I got like 3 more shape ups left.
Yeah, you got 3 more shape ups.
Like 3 more shape ups left, and then I'll be like, yo, LeRon, which razor you use?
Exactly. All right. So my last quick question. Give me some, not even me, give advice to any dad out there right now, whether brand new dad, struggling pops, whatever it is, just give good advice, something that you've learned that you think is important to know.
Any advice? I would say that's
What you learned that's important, that just stuck with you, that just stays with you.
You have to be. It's a lot, man. You gotta have patience.
Go for it. Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that it ain't always about chast. You can't always chat. You got to pick and choose your battles with your kids also.
Yeah.
You can't. You got to listen to them also. Some parents don't like to listen to their kids. I get it. Because we were raised pretty much on not being able to express ourselves.
Be seen and not heard.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Because it's a different word. It's different now. just, my situation is so different, because a lot of times it's both parents in these households. With me, it was different. You know what I'm saying? So with me, that's a hard question with me, because it's not too many people like me. You know what I'm saying? So advice I would give a person that has another parent
would be different.
Mine
It's
was
so good.
I could give you advice on if you're a single dad. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But let me tell you this though, like blended families is the new normal. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
whether it's just only dad, whatever you feel is real, if you want to give advice on blended family or just being a single dad, whatever you prefer.
I would say this, man. Be very active in your kids' lives. Attend the parent teacher meetings.
Yeah.
Don't rely on the mom to do everything.
Yep.
So you got to be active. You know what I'm saying? Get to know these teachers. Go to these appointments, the doctor's appointments also. You understand what I'm saying? Know what's going on. Make sure their health is good. Make sure their hygiene is good. It's just so much, man. Everything that comes with being a father. You know what I mean? You should be that. You understand what I'm saying? We all know. You know what? My advice to people, to guys, is do all of the things that if you didn't have what you wanted as a child, as an adult, be all of those things. You understand what I'm saying? If your dad was on drugs or whatever, be the opposite. You know what I mean? Teach your kids better. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them growing up just like that. You know what I mean? You always want the best for your kids. You know what I'm saying? So teach them the right path to choose. Make sure they don't go down the wrong road. Tell them be careful who their friends is. And like I said, it's the regular things. Make sure they get them good grades. Be on top of that homework. Change. You gotta change that narrative, like I was saying before. That's what I was trying to do. Not that my father was there, but I was just trying to be the dad, like the TV dad. You understand what I'm saying? And more. So I mean, that's pretty much my advice. Anything that you saw, I mean, everybody wanted those TV dads to be their dads. So follow that same blueprint. You know, like that. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's the advice I give all fathers. You know what I'm saying? We all know what a good father take. You know what I mean? If you had a father that wasn't doing nothing, you know that's not what you want for your kids now. You want to do the opposite. That's my advice. But now if you who had everything, then you should already have the tools to know what how to be a good dad or whatever the case may be. Or that's my advice. Pretty much.
That's it. I'm done. It's over. I appreciate you. I'm glad to finally get you on here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for doing the Paternal Presence podcast. And it's a wrap.
Yo, man, thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure. You have me anytime up here. Just one call away. Reach out. I'm here.
No doubt. It was worth the wait. I appreciate you. Just stay right there. Talk to you behind the scenes. In the green room, whatever. Yo, anyway, thanks again for being on. I'm gonna holler at you.
Yeah.
I just have to say, my kids are the best thing that happened to me. Yeah. And whenever I'm sad, they can always cheer me up.
I love you.